Hey everyone, I want to show you my process in carving a mother and calf whale in pine resin wood. This is one of the 12 works that I will create from recycled, found, or repurposed materials and mediums. I want to include the art principle of movement in each. As I walked through the forest outside Crouch, Idaho, on my in-laws' property, I found this fallen pine tree. It was a massive tree, but is now mostly decomposed. As I passed it, I saw a piece of wood that looked knotted and had interesting flowing form. I thought it would be cool to carve a free-form sculpture from the wood, or simply dive in and become inspired by studying the form. I began with simply removing the gray and softer, sun-faded layers from the outside of the wood using a variety of tools. I used a large rotary tool, but it was a bit too much for such a small piece. So I did a little research and found this rotary burr from Kutzall brand. It has a 1/4-inch attachment, so it fits nicely into my DeWalt drill. This burr was a game changer for carving away larger areas. For smaller areas, I used traditional carving tools. As I carved deeper into the wood, I began cutting into areas of pine resin. It was really satisfying since it carved so smoothly. The deeper I carved, the more resin I found. To reach smaller areas, I bought this carbide burr set, and just as the Kutzall burr set was a game changer for larger areas, these were great for the smaller ones. I had to stop periodically to brush away the sawdust. It was super exciting to discover that the pine resin was translucent and glowed with an orange-golden hue when light shone through. Pine resin are areas of high pitch concentration that harden over a long period of time. It seemed to run in ribbons throughout the wood. Occasionally, the resin would build up in the burr. I simply dremeled on a dry piece of wood to clean the resin off. At this point, I began to strategize how I could maximize the pine resin glow throughout the design. Here I am forming the tail of the mother whale. I needed a way to balance the sculpture using a base. I chose to use resin and a silicone mold I ordered on Amazon. I am making sure to use an equal amount of resin and hardener so the resin will set up nicely, and I mix them together thoroughly. I wanted to use color, so I chose Ralio brand micropigment powder. In this set of 24 powders, there is a variety of colors and some iridescent colors as well. For this base, I chose two different blues, Maya Blue and Azure. I really wanted to create a ribbon-like texture, so I should have pre-mixed the color in a small sample of resin and then added it to the whole, but I wasn't disappointed with the results. I first sprayed a release agent into the 5x5 inch mold before pouring the resin in. I mixed lightly to help the bubbles rise to the top. Using boxes just laying around, I was able to prop the sculpture vertically. Then I gently set the sculpture into the resin. After about 12 hours, I removed the mold. The corners weren't fully formed, but I actually liked the look. It looked a little more irregular, suggesting more of a water quality. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next recycled, repurposed, or found art.